Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll show you how to create a Google Ads campaign for pet cremation services. So who am I and why should you listen to me? Well, I'm Alex Cho from ZBPPC, and over the past few years, I've helped numerous pet cremation businesses across the country get results with Google Ads. So it can be difficult to get your business to stand out organically on Google. So what I did here is I did a search for pet cremation from Los Angeles, California. And so let's take a look at the results. We have a couple ads on top here. Then we have the map pack taking up all of the space. Then we have some FAQs. We have Yelp. We have Reddit again. Google is really prioritizing more of the authentic, more user-generated content via Reddit these days. And then we have what people are saying, more Reddit, Instagram, YouTube, then some more organic listings, and another even like on the bottom, right? So again, standing out can be tough, but one great way to do that is with Google Ads. With Google Ads, you can jump right to the top of the search results, and then within these search results, top of the search results, you can definitely stand out versus competition. So we have these two companies advertising services, pot cremations and mobile pet cremations. So both of these are okay. I would say both of these ads are okay. One thing that I am noticing is that they don't really have a call to action. Headlines or descriptions, and then this one doesn't have any site links. And then the site links, I think this is or something where they need to fix this particular site link here. But again, it can be tough, and Google Ads, it does give you an edge, but only if it's done right. You'd rather have an expert set this up for you so you can focus on your clients. Book a free discovery call with me today. The link is in the description below. So now let's break down exactly how to set up your campaign. So we want to sign into your Google Ads account. Going to click create right here, campaign. All right, so we're going to select leads. We pick leads because we want people who need your cremation services calling or messaging you. Then for conversion goals, we want to set up phone calls and form submissions ahead of time using Google Tags or Google Tag Manager. I prefer using Google Tag Manager myself. Those leads in this last step, but not clear. We need to be more specific about what types of leads that we want. So again, you want people calling you to book your services, and we want people filling out forms to show that they're interested. So we have Google Ads track these to see if our campaigns are working. Click continue. All right. Okay. Out of all these options here, we're going to select search campaign, right? A search campaign, I think it's the best choice because it shows your ads to people who are already looking for pet cremation on Google. So if someone types pet cremation near me, your ad can show up right at the top. So other types of campaigns like display, video, performance max, right? Google's really pushing this. They might show to people who aren't looking for cremation services. With search, you're showing up exactly when people need your help, which means more calls and more business for you. All right, so I'm not going to select any of these options right here. By not selecting these options, we keep the rest of the setup pretty simple and flexible. I'm going to click continue. Campaign name, let's give it a descriptive name. Pet cremation. Click continue, start a new one. All right, so for bidding, click the drop down. And so you can see here we have 4 different options. The option that we're going to choose from now is clicks. So we're going to choose clicks to get a lot of clicks fast, and it'll help show Google what brings in business. Later on, we'll switch to maximize conversions, which is right here, to focus on getting more real customers. And then we do want to set a maximum cost per click bid limit. So this is the most that you'll pay per click to keep the costs low. So a value I'm going to set here is I did a little bit of research beforehand, and I'll show you choose a maximum CPC or maximum cost per click bid limit later on in the video, but I'm going to choose a value of 5 for right now. And then if you do want more control over your budget, a better option to use would be to choose manual CPC or manual cost per click, which allows you to set the max you pay for each click on your ad. However, this is not really an option here. Google shows us the options that'll best benefit Google. So I'll show you how to change this. And you have to do it after the campaign is published. So we're going to limit the campaign to new customers only. Click next. Then we want to just deselect both of these networks. They're lower quality networks, and they generally speaking will not bring in more leads than just Google search itself. All right, locations. So the locations in Google Ads, this chooses where your campaign will run. So we're just going to go with the example that I first showed. which is Los Angeles, California, USA. And I'll show you a couple ways to set location. So enter another location, click advanced search, and then here we have location and you can enter it in. So Los Angeles and click include. And then you have the area highlighted here and then click radius. Here's another way to do it. You can set a radius around a specific city like Los Angeles. You can set a 20-mile radius around Los Angeles to have your campaign run. All right, let's go with this. And then be sure not to skip this next step. So this next step, you need to select presence, people in or regularly in your included locations. So in this example, people in or regularly in the 20 miles around Los Angeles, California. Presence means showing ads only to people in the area, like your city, like this area. And then presence or interest, this includes people who may be far away and who are just doing searches for your area. So we pick presence to reach real customers who are nearby who can actually purchase your services. Again, don't skip this step. All right, so for languages, so we're just going to do an English campaign. So if you want to target, say, Spanish-speaking customers, you would create a separate campaign and input Spanish here instead of English and create the rest of your ads and keywords in Spanish. Next, we have audience segments. So these are groups that Google creates, for example, homeowners or job seekers, based on their online searches and their information. We pick these to show your ads to people who want your help. So here are a couple of segments for this type of campaign. Do pet lovers, dog lovers, and cat lovers. And then we have these two settings here, right? So if you choose targeting, that limits your ad only to the chosen groups here. But what you should be choosing is observation recommended. So this shows your ads to everyone that tracks these groups and the metrics. And so you can look at it later and see, how they perform for your campaigns. You don't want to choose this one. It'll limit your campaign's reach to just these groups, which is too few people to have a really successful campaign. Next, to briefly go over this, click on ad rotation. So we have two different options here. Optimize. Google will choose your best ad and show that, whereas do not optimize will show all your ads equally forever, no favorites, or as long as the campaign goes on. I would just advise to choose optimize. And just have Google do that. I would choose do not optimize though if you want to run different tests and see, is this ad better than that ad, etc. And then this is very important, the ad schedule, right? So you want to align this with your hours of operation when you're willing to pick up the phone and handle customer calls. So you want to extend it a little bit in the morning and then later at night. But again, this just depends on your business. You can set a custom, I just have this all days, but you can set schedules for weekday schedule and then a weekend schedule or individual days. Or you can just have these running all the time if you offer 24/7 services. So I just said that 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. just for the purposes of this example. We're going to click next. All right. So you can have Google help you with their AI to generate their ads. I don't really think it's that great, but you can test it out. I would advise to do it yourself, at least right now. In the future, it may improve. So we're going to click skip. Okay, there we go. All right, so now we are going to be creating our ad groups. So ad groups, they should focus on one idea. For example, general pet cremations with search words that people use, a matching ad for that, or ads, and a website that fits. So for you, one way to do this is to make separate ad groups for, let's say, we can have a general pet cremation services ad group, and then you can have separate ad groups for different animal-specific services. So for example, we can have our general, overall pet cremation services ad group, and then you can have a dog cremation services ad group, and a cat's cremation services ad group, etc. You get the idea. So again, we're just gonna do pet cremation, all right? Next, we want to choose our keywords. We want to choose keywords that people use to look specifically for your services. And as a general rule of thumb, I'd recommend under 10 to start. And the intent is more important here than choosing a bunch of different keywords. So for this, we need to do a little bit of research, see which keywords are getting volume on Google search, look at their costs, etc. So fortunately, Google has a great tool, tool to do this. It's called the Keyword Planner. So it's within your Google Ads account. And to get there, you in your account, you go to Tools, Planning, and then Keyword Planner. And you click on Discover New Keywords. All right. And now you want to select your location. So our location here is Los Angeles, California, right? Now you got to give it a few ideas, come up with a few search keywords that people are likely using to find your services. So pretty easy, pet cremation. So we'll get our keyword here. Let's just do that for now. And then Google will give us a number of other ideas. So we're providing the monthly search volume. That's important. And then these columns are important too. So now you want to go about choosing which keywords you'll use for your campaign. So to do this, what I actually like to do is I open this up within Google Sheets to make it a little bit easier to copy paste, work with the values in a spreadsheet. So for this, I'm going to go to the download button, click this, click Google Sheets, click download. It's preparing my report. Click open sheet. All right. So I'll go over the important columns here, most important columns here. So it's keyword, obviously. And then to look at let me expand this a bit. See the whole word or the whole phrase, top of page bid low range and top of page bid high range. So you have the bid range here to show the low and high bid to show on top of the search results. We'll use this information to set the maximum CPC that I set in the earlier step. And I'd say a good starting point is to select somewhere within the range so you can make sure your ads are shown while not really overspending your budget. So let's go about choosing our keywords first. Right. Let me move. Okay. So I like pet cremation near me. Again, this is a general pet ad group. So we would put something like dog cremation near me in its own separate ad group. We're going to skip pet urns, look for people specifically looking for urns. Animal cremation near me, I like this one too. Again, skipping dogs, cats. I would skip the affordable pet cremation for now. Maybe make that its own ad group to talk about affordable or low cost options if you offer that. Then animal cremation, like it. Just going about highlighting the ones that I like. Pet cremation services. Let's just go with these. I mean, you obviously need to spend more time looking through all of these in order to select the best keywords for your campaign. But, I just want to make this illustrative and just give a few examples. So I think, we have 5 here. So let's do this. I selected all the data, create a filter, go to data, create a filter. And I'm just going to filter the data to the specific one highlighted. That work? All right. Okay. So as you can see here, we have our 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different keywords. And then we have the top of page bid, low and high ranges. And so you can see that $5 in between is in low and high range. And the bids are going to be different for different markets. So you want to do your research beforehand and select a number that you're comfortable with. So, you're still able to get impressions and clicks, but at the same time, you keep your budget under control. All right, so next I will be copying and pasting these back into our campaign here. But first, before I do that, I want to quickly go over the different match types that Google has. So as you can see here, the match types, they help control which searches can trigger ads. There's 3 different types: broad match, phrase match, and exact match, with the formatting here, no formatting, double quotes, and then brackets. To talk a little bit more about this quickly, we're going to go to Google's official documentation here. So again, 3 match types to control when your ads are shown. You have broad match, so your ads will show for searches related to your keyword, even if the words aren't exact, right? So if you have pet cremation as a keyword, your ad could trigger for example, a pet memorial near me search. If you have phrase match, in general, with broad to start out, I would not suggest using that. I would just suggest going with phrase match and exact match. It's going to give you it's going to make your ads show up for just searches that are just not relevant to what your services are. And then we have phrase match. This will be when your ad shows for when someone's search includes a meaning of your keyword. So example, let's say pet cremation, you can add for something like pet cremation for dogs. And then exact match. So this is when your ad only shows when someone searches your exact keyword or something extremely close. So pet cremation near me, will only trigger. Again, we want to match exact match here, and I advise you not to use broad match, at least to start out with. So since we're using phrase match and exact match, we need to take the keywords in our spreadsheet and then we need to apply the appropriate double quotes and bracket formatting to those keywords. So to do this, let's hop back to our spreadsheet and then Control C, copy our keywords, go to keywordwrap.com. There are a number of other similar sites. Choose this one and paste our keywords here and then click wrap keywords. So it applies the formatting for the different match types here. And since we want to do phrase match and exact match, we're going to click this one right here, select copy, Control C, and now finally we'll be going back to Google Ads in order to continue our campaign setup and Control V, pasting them into here. And as you can see, they have the appropriate formatting. Oh, and before I move on, we also want to add negative keywords to your campaign. We can't do it right now, but I'll show you how to do it after the campaign is published. Negative keywords are words, phrases, such as one we probably want to add here is like aquamation, that you add to stop your ad from showing up for searches that you don't want to show up for. So then let's create our ad. So for the final URL, right, this is where you put the web page that people will go to after clicking on your ad. This should be directly related to the keywords you choose and what people are searching for. In this example, this should be a web page specifically talking about general pet cremation services, and it's specifically designed to get people calling or filling out forms. It is again, I'll repeat, it's very important that this website is designed, this landing page is designed properly in order to get you more leads and not waste all the money you're spending on Google Ads. Okay, so since I need to put some here, I'm just going to put my own website. Okay, all right, and then the display path in your ad, this is short text. We're going to put in here, pet-cremation, right? The final URL, this is the real website that they'll land on when they click, but this is just a text that shows up, as you can see here in the preview. Okay, so next, headlines. So the headlines ads, right? These are the big, bold words at the top of your ad that grab people's attention and tell them what you offer. There's 15 different slots, and you want to fill out as many as possible, preferably all 15. I'll give you a few different headline themes for our campaign. You want to do keyword-based headlines, company feature headlines, social proof, call to action. So we can do things like pet cremation services, Los Angeles pet cremation, 5-star pet cremation services. Can do free pickup available, have available 24/7, and something like, contact us today. All right. And then descriptions. Descriptions are the smaller below the headlines. They give more details and convince people to click on your ads. And similar to the headlines, we want to fill out all four, as many as possible. And you want to spend more time coming up with these. I just came up with a few, but you want to take some time and your descriptions. Pickup, local, contact today. Then my families for caring, pet cremation, schedule pickup, a call for support. Then, you can add images to this campaign to help. And then for business name, business logo, you want to make sure that you do the advertiser verification so you can include your business name as well as the logo. That helps make the ad look a bit more professional. And then we want some site links as well. So these are links on your ads right here, for example, which take people to different web pages on your site. So a few that we have here, we can do here. We can go to services offered and then put a link in the final URL, something like FAQs, and put a link for the FAQs. And we can do pricing and then a link to the pricing page, etc., etc. And another asset type that I'll go over is, you definitely want to add your phone number. Suggest that. Just make it really easy for people to get in contact with you, directly from the ads. And then quickly go over these. So these are bits of text at the end of the ad that give you a chance to stand out, talk about like your company's features, services, etc. So a couple that we can do here, something like passionate service, private cremation, trusted by pet owners, free pickup available, etc. You can add more or different ones depending on your business. And then click done, and then we'll click next. Okay, so for budget, now you want to set your average daily budget. So this tells Google what you'll spend on average per day, so you can control your costs and you don't overspend. Okay, so you want to select an amount that you're comfortable with that will result in more business. I would not listen to Google's recommendation. This is Google Ads, And so the more that you spend on Google Ads, the more money that Google gets. So they're incentivized to get you to spend more progressively on their platform. So they're going to give you a high value. So for this, I would suggest probably starting out minimum with like $30 per day. But again, you're going to want to do your research. You're comfortable with spending and go from there. Now, after clicking next, just wait for it to refresh. You want to look over all of the settings, make sure everything is accurate, and then click Publish Campaign. Right, but before I click Publish Campaign, I just want to note that when you're launching a new campaign, it can take several weeks for Google and their algorithm to complete the learning phase as it gathers data and tests different combinations to really optimize performance. And during this time, the results may fluctuate. So it's important to stay patient, avoid major changes while the system identifies most effective strategies, etc. And then, furthermore, right, it takes a few months to get campaigns really dialed in and optimized. So I would adjust your expectations appropriately. So while you can get immediate results, you be patient and be testing and adjusting the campaign on, I'd say, a monthly basis. And overall, before starting with this information about how it's a long-term investment, you need to be comfortable, and Google Ads is the right move for your business. So with that warning, with that being said, I'm going to click Publish Campaign. All right, now our campaign is published. So I'm going to go to Campaigns here, and then I'm going to pause it so I don't spend money. Okay, and now I will show you how to set the manual CPC or manual cost per click bidding strategy. So I will click on the gear icon here for edit settings. And then what I'm going to do is once this loads, go to bidding, the drop down. I will click change bid strategy. I will click or select a bid strategy directly, not recommended. See, again, Google tries to get you to nudge you in the direction of one of the 4 initial strategies. Then what I'm going to do is I will go down here, the drop down, and then at the very bottom, we're going to select manual CPC and we're going to click save, ignoring Google's warnings. All right, so now what this does, I'll show you clicking on ad groups. Let me refresh the page so the column shows up. All right, so what this allows you to do is to set a default max CPC or default max cost per click at the ad group level. So you can set them for different maximums for different ad groups. So again, it's giving you more control over your bidding. And then what it also allows you to do, go to the drop down, click keywords. And then as you can see here, we have max CPC, the column here. So you can set the max you're willing to pay per click by keyword too. So you can set different cost per click for each of these keywords if you want. Again, more control over your bidding. Now I will show you how to add negative keywords to our campaign. So for this, we're going to stay within keywords, stay within this keywords section. And at the top right here, it says negative keywords. You will click on this. Click the plus button and then add negative keywords or create a new list. You can add them to the campaign overall, or you can add them to specific ad groups within the campaign, right? For the purposes of this example, I'm just going to choose ad group, select an ad group, pet cremation. So these negative keywords will just apply to the pet cremation ad group. They will not apply to, say, a dog cremation ad group if you add that later on. So negative keywords, what I want to add is cremation. Don't want our ads showing up for this, different service. And then another one that I want to add, dog. So I'm adding dog here, and I'd probably add the other animal specific service keywords to the general campaign. So any search with the word dog, so like dog cremation, it won't trigger an ad for the general pet cremation services, but it'll show up for the dog specific cremation ad group that we will create. So cremation and then dog and then click save. So, okay, that's pretty much it. So I want to thank you for watching until the end. If you're serious about getting more clients with Google Ads and you want someone to handle everything for you, let's make it happen. So click the link below to book a free discovery call, and I'll show you exactly how we can grow your business with a high converting ad strategy. And then if you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. I drop new Google Ads tutorials and strategies every week to help you get more leads and grow your business, so don't miss out.